Hey guys, Eric here again today from Bloat Games, coming at you to do a review video. Today we are going to be talking about the Lands of Lunacy, which is a setting guide from Lloyd Metcalf from Fell Squad Games fame. Definitely check out his Fell Squad Games on Facebook. Also check out their webpage, fellsquadgames.com. That's where you can find all these great products like the Land of Lunacy and his other adventures and stuff. Lloyd is an artist and an RPG writer. He's kind of a, he does cartography, kind of a one-stop shop when it comes to doing this. He's done several very successful Kickstarters, that have been backed and produced, products. So he's definitely growing a following. Super nice guy. I met him on Facebook. Genuinely really nice guy. I really appreciate him and appreciate the work that he puts into this stuff. So today, Lands of Lunacy. Now, I'd backed the Bogey of Brindle, which was a first edition adventure. Very reminiscent of the Tome of Horrors. I really enjoyed that, and I got that in the PDF version though. So the Lands of Lunacy. This is the first one of his adventures that I've actually received that I got the print version on, and I'll definitely begin the print versions going forward. But with that said, let's dive right into the Lands of Lunacy. My kind of overall first thoughts. This is a very fun little book. It clocks in about 27 pages worth of content, and I think this would work best. It's a setting guide, but I think this would work best as something that Dungeon Master or Game Master could read, and become familiar with the information in here, and then say you have a game night where you're getting together, where you've been busy all week, you haven't had time to prepare what you would like to prepare. You can send your characters to the Lands of Lunacy. There's several ways, and we'll talk about that, of how to get your players there. And so that's something you can have in the background, just already ready to go, and give them a very fun one shot, if you will, into the Lands of Lunacy. Another option that you could do is, of course, you could set an entire gaming set or entire gaming campaign in the Lands of Lunacy. I hope actually that Lloyd releases some further stuff. I know that he's got a couple different things as far as adventures for the Lands of Lunacy coming out. It's such a cool and unique setting that it's its own thing. So you're not going to find something like this out there. That you're going to find anything similar to. Another good thing would be is if you got players who are who know the rules, know the game, know how to play, and are very, I don't want to say argumentative, but very set in their ways, I guess you could say. If you send them to the Lands of Lunacy, this kind of turns everything up on its head. So it's that might be a very interesting way to kind of help your players to scale back a little bit on their egos. But let's dive in, okay? So when it comes in, of course, it's by Lloyd Metcalf, like I said. It's got contributions from G. Scott Swift, Steve Miller, Chris Clark. It was edited by G. Scott Swift, and of course for fellgames.com. And then here I'll read you a little bit. I like to give you a little bit of sense of what you're getting into. All right, lunacy, condition of being a lunatic, formed in common human tongue from lunatic plus C. Originally in reference to internment periods of insanity, such as are believed to be triggered by the phases of the moon, the Old English equivalent of month sickness, insanity, mental disorder, extreme foolishness, or instance of it. The Elven equivalent is Ilithrock, the moon curse, describing those who lose their senses during the peak phase of the lunar cycle and become lost in the wilderness. So just give you a little heads up. Now, what I will say too is, while in the Lands of Lunacy, I know it's called the Lands of Lunacy, and you just heard me read a little bit. This in no way makes fun of people with mental illnesses or mental challenges, anything like that. It's more of just a interesting mechanic that's used, but it by no means is meant to degrade. And it even says in here degrade or trigger anybody or anything like that. So you don't have to worry about that. When you get to the Lands of Lunacy, first off, I'll tell you that going to the Lands of Lunacy, you're kind of going to what's called the Chaos Void, okay? So when you are sent there, how you get there, there's several different ways, and in fact, in here, Lloyd points out a couple different ways, which is like lunar portals, which are portals that are only opened at a specific time of day or a specific time during a lunar cycle. That can take you there. But when you get there, it's actually, you're going to the Chaos Void. So you're going to where creatures of chaos exist, and where is not meant for the normal men or elves or dwarves or anything like that to go. So a couple things that happen is when you go there, they have several tables in here. Let's see if I can show you this one. Like the lunacy table. And certain events may trigger, I don't want to give all the spoilers away, but certain events may trigger you to have to roll on the lunacy table. So you may have a color shift. So let's say you wrote a number 5, it'd be color shift. It says one thing on a person, either the hair, eyes, equipment, clothes, etc., changes colors. Dispel magic will reverse the effect. Dispel magic will also affect other enchantments on an item, and should it have any others. So then you may also get, like, say, grandeur, okay? Believes they are truly outstanding in one area and are extremely important to the world. And there's a lot more than that. I'm just touching on it. But then also, each time you cast magic, because you're in a place of chaos, different chaotic things happen, and you'll have, tables that you can roll on to see what happens when your magic users and clerics try to cast magic. Also, the creatures that are there, I'll just touch on them real quick. They're called the Drexel, and they're the creatures who can move between the different lands of lunacy in the Chaos Void. Your characters may find it very difficult to move between those or to return home because they're not of that land, and so each time that they move from one chaos place to another, they may incur a different type of either insanity or a certain effect may happen. But the Drexel, they can move anywhere, and they don't like your characters being there because they're not supposed to be. You may have like intermittent things of temporary insanity that may affect you, that maybe for a couple, an indeterminate amount of time. You may get paranoia, may get delusions, all kinds of stuff. I'll give you a little peek at like some of the art that's in there. Very, very evocative stuff. Alright, also included in here, there's only really, they spend like 12 pages on the setting itself. But then they go into some adventures, so they got like the Witch's Trial and stuff like that, all kinds of stuff, and I won't give any of that away. This video is already running long enough as it is, but it's definitely worth checking out. If you go to felsquadgames.com, right now the PDFs are on sale for $5, so you can pick those up. They're regularly $6, or you can get the printed editions for $11. And these are available in both first edition, or 1E, or Osric edition, as well as 5th edition. So if you're playing 5th edition, you can pick this up. Osric, you know, 1st edition, you can pick this up. There's a little thing at the back here that I want to read to you. This venture was made possible by the generous support of the Kickstarter backers who help us bring this setting to print. And then it goes on to say, you know, thank you for your support. And Lloyd gives a personal note. I hope gaming can bring us together as friends. Lloyd Metcalf. Like I said, guys, he's a great guy. This is a great product, especially for the cost. And, you know, like I said, it has several different ways that you can utilize this product. I'm just skimming the surface here, even though this video is going really long. But definitely, I apologize for the glare. Here, let's see if we can help that out. Well, that didn't help too much. But definitely check this video out. I mean, this setting out. Pick up a copy. Also look for Fell Squad Games and Lloyd to be posting other Kickstarters in the future. He does one, I think it's about every 3 to 4 months, I believe. But, you know, it's always high quality stuff. And again, also check out the Bogey of Brindle if you get a chance. That one's for 1st edition, but that's a very good adventure. I like it a lot. That's what I got for you today. Hopefully you enjoyed this review. Hopefully you found it helpful. If you like what you saw, like what you heard, please click the like button. Give me a thumbs up. And click subscribe. And good day and good gaming.